So this particular man you are seeing on the screens right now, I know most of you would recall him.
He's the number 7. Number 7 on the pitch.
Way back in November 2024, he was trending all over the internet for a particular reason.
Yes.
Which I know most of you remember, especially
he scored more goals.
Those that followed him very well. He's from Equatorial Guinea.
Yeah.
Yes, and the famous Baltazar
Egonga, yeah.
I know you remember this man. When you hear Baltazar, then you know why
because
he was
had some people who printed T-shirts, jersey shirts with his
they
name
were having Baltazar biscuits, Baltazar toffee bottles. Yeah. He really made his name.
He really made his name. But then after all of this, the whole thing evolved. What led to him trending was the fact that he was a public official, and they believed that he embezzled some funds. So during the investigation by the cybercrime unit of that particular country, they raided his house to gather evidences and screen through his computer and his cell phones and certain hard drives.
That's how come.
And they found over 1,000 videos of himself together with other women.
Yes.
And this was a married man with kids.
Yeah, of course.
We have the picture of himself together with a wife and kids, but we think it's not necessary because the kids have no business in this.
Yeah.
So we wouldn't post that. But then ultimately, what had happened was that he was charged for embezzlement of funds. And one of the things that really struck a lot of people was the fact that he even made his way with married women.
Exactly. And some apparently happens to be wives of state officials and all that.
And this is so sad.
He's a superman.
So apparently, after all these years, people thought that the case had died. Some even came out that Baltazar Egonga have been, they've taken him from prison or he's been bailed, but ultimately he was still, awaiting his sentence, and now we are getting an information and confirmation that this man have been jailed for 8 years, and this coming from Vanga. So if you can.
Yes, so as our brother was saying, as you can see on the screens, it says that Equatorial Guinea's Baltazar Egonga gets 8-year jail term after sex tape scandal and embezzlement. So I'm sure a lot of people will be focused on the fact that he's been convicted and jailed 8 years because of the sex tape. But then, following the issue very well, the main reason why Baltazar is facing an 8-year jail sentence is because he embezzled funds, thousands of dollars, $100,000s of dollars. And it wasn't only him. He embezzled these funds with about 5 senior officials. He was working in the National Financial Investigation Agency in Equatorial Guinea. So in his time as he was running the agency, that was when all this embezzlement of funds took place. And then, according to reports and sources, the amount that went into this embezzlement runs into thousands and 100,000s of cedis. And at this point, after several court cases and after several investigations, he's apparently found guilty, and then he has to serve an 8-year jail sentence. Now you can see on the screen that Egonga, the married former head of the National Financial Investigation Agency, and 5 other senior officials were accused of embezzling expenses worth hundreds of thousands of dollars in the oil-rich Central African state. So as I was saying earlier, all these, or he being sentenced now to an 8-year sentence, boils down to the fact that together with him and his other colleagues who are senior officials in his agency, were able to embezzle state fund. Like they chopped the money as to how they wanted to, and it has affected the state. They've run the state to a loss. So at this point, they have to be sanctioned and they have to be dealt with. And finally, I think his issue started going viral somewhere in November 2024. And now we are in 2025, the month of August. So it's about 10 months since this issue came, and then people were talking about it, people were involved. And funny enough, as he was trending, most people were not concerned about the crime he committed that brought out all what we were seeing. But the interest of the youth of Ghanaians and other African state youths and most people were on the sex tapes that were trending. The styles, I mean, people even came out with dance moves with some of the styles that he was doing in the videos and all that. But apparently there was more to it. And now we are seeing the results of Baltazar's action of trying to rob the state, or it's not trying, he actually robbed the state, he embezzled the funds, he used it. And people are really happy that at least in less than 10 months, we are seeing the Equatorial Guinea government take action on this public official. Yet we are in a country where we have a special prosecutor, the Iyoko, Team Oral, arresting people, exposing people, but nobody has been convicted. No official in Ghana has so far been convicted over a crime that is being linked to them. We have the former finance minister Kenufuriata's case hanging. We have Edubwahi National Signals Bureau. His case is also trending. I mean, Chema Wuntimi Galamsey issues, that issue also came up, and all these cases are apparently hanging in the air, and people are wishing that, as we are seeing that of Equatorial Guinea's government take action, irrespective of who you are, whether you are the most brilliant official, whether you are the most impactful official, whoever you are not below and above the law. Rule of law must work. And so the rule of law has taken place in Equatorial Guinea. That means that we are expecting same in Ghana. And as it stands now, a lot of people are trying to tag the president and the OSP, Yoko, Raymond Akao, Achao, whatever the name is, to take precaution. And I mean, they should see what Equatorial Guinea has done at this point, and they should also follow suit, because we are tired of this person has been arrested, this person has been found guilty, not guilty, this person has a correlation with this particular incident and all that happening in the state, yet we can't account for anybody, any government official from the past government that has been arrested for a particular crime they've been linked with. So Nana, right now, it looks like Guinea, they are ahead of Ghana when it comes to accountability to the people in the country, because as it stands now, Ghana, President Mahama has been in government for about 7 to 8 months now, heading to the 9th month, and still no show.
It's a gradual process, if you want to put it that way. I mean, this particular investigation spanned for almost 3 years or so. So Baltazar's case, even though it's a blueprint for what is happening, for how we can seek justice and throw people in jail, people who are guilty, everything to its time. Because one of the things you also have to realize that these cases take time. These people are pleading not guilty, and some of the cases people are coming up with plea deals. Say, I've stole something, I can return it, I'll confess, and I'll sign a bond, I'll not do it again. So I think it's too early to be judgmental and just rule out the fact that Mahama is guilty, or Mahama's 8 months in power, he's not really done anything in terms of holding people accountable. He's on track. Let's just wait for a year or two.
A year or two.
Yeah. I have a court case. It's been how many years? 6 years? I don't know. So a year or two will be okay before we can finally say if he's guilty, if his administration is really taking the whip. I mean, trying to hold people accountable or not.
Okay, so looking at it, can we say that the government of Equatorial Guinea have been fair to their citizens and they've worked swiftly, and this is something that we should applaud them?
They've worked swiftly, and these were people's wife in question. These were the chief inspector or the vice president's daughter in question. And also, as these things are going on, you see, the last time I was speaking with you and I told you that before you settle down, if the man does not have anything, Charlie, man forget like Toyota vets. Now someone will say, no, love doesn't know love knows Toyota vets. The reason why I'm saying that is women can't hold on for so long. So you are working in an environment, your husband does not have a car, you know, it's poor, but you guys are moderates. You don't have a
Okay.
car and all of that, but you guys are cool, you love yourself. But then there's this one time it was raining, so your husband could not meet you along the way for you guys to go home. Then this guy, he has just small saloon car. Everyone knows him at the work that this guy, they love women, so nobody really takes him serious, you know, that don't care life. He picks you up, you know, oh, let me drop you along the roadside. On the way going, oh, Charlie, I usually pass by here and buy food. He bought some for you. In the car, you guys are talking. I realized that Charlie, this guy, they make me they feel young. Oh, I said, my name husband, I one way, bisa. That's how it starts. So what am I saying? So
Yeah.
what there are many angles, but what I'm trying to say here is comforts and money changes things. So it is very hard these days because if I was any of those women in those shoes, I would have caved. Charlie, this be $10,000. And this guy says, let me just have my way with you and have it. I mean, your yearly salary will not even reach that. You say 10 seconds, now maybe 2 minutes. And once they do it, they feel like, hey, Charlie, this is like 3 years work for 2 minutes. So they feel like, oh, every day they can do it. And then if you do it 3 times, $30,000. So this guy was just embezzling funds because Charlie, at a point in time, he had the money and then he could
spend it anyhow.
So Charlie, issues day.
Oh.
I said things day, but unfortunately, issues day. So yeah.
So that is the fate of Baltazar Egonga. We'll give you more updates on these stories and more.